Sunscreen is the protector of our skin, but not the protector of our marine life. Sunscreen has impacted the growth and even existence of the coral reefs that live below the surface. Sunscreen has been known to bleach and deteriorate the coral. The nanoparticles within the paste can even cause certain fish to become infertile, which allows the algae population to grow immensely, which competes with the coral. Looks like ingredients within these sunscreens are causing a dilemma for the ocean's ecosystems. Do you know what kind of solutions are the most effective for helping the coral reefs and organisms right now?
What type of sunscreens?
Like, no, just any solution.
Oh, you mean like a fix to a problem solution?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Tom can answer too. Some of the things that we're looking at are how levels of nutrients impact corals. They may have direct effects on the corals themselves, and they also make algae grow faster, and the algae competes with the coral. So excessive nutrients is certainly an issue that needs to be addressed. Overfishing of certain types of fishes, herbivores that eat the algae, sort of keep the algae under control is an issue. And then I guess we're not supposed to talk about climate change anymore. It doesn't really exist. But depending on what you read on CNN and Fox News, it actually is an issue. So for instance, right now there's a bleaching episode going on, so the water temperature's a little too hot and corals don't do well when it gets, a lot of corals are kind of right at their limit in terms of being able to tolerate water temperature. And so if the water temperature goes up even a little bit, even though it doesn't seem like it's a lot, it's enough to stress them out.
Okay.
For instance, there's a huge aquarium trade for tropical fishes, and a lot of those fishes aren't captured in sustainable manner. People either go out and put cyanide on the reef, which it sort of acts as an anesthetic, but if you use too much, it'll kill the fish. So they kill a lot of fish. It also kills some of the coral. People walk on coral and break it apart in order to get at the fish. So that has issues. So just people here in Santa Barbara can just make sure that if they have a tropical aquarium, they buy fish that are either bred in captivity or are captured in some sustainable way. That can go a huge way toward helping on things. And the issues with it are, it's not so bad. Like if you were to put it on and go swimming on a reef, the amount that's on you probably isn't enough to do huge amounts of damage unless you actually have it on your hands and you reach out and touch the corals. The problem is when you go to areas like Waikiki Beach or Phuket in Thailand or some of these places that just have tens of thousands of people in there every day, and then the concentration of those chemicals can really build up. So, and there are all other alternatives that don't use those things. There's lots of smart sunscreens now that you can get. So that's a pretty easy solution, really. You just have to look them up and maybe buy them over the internet instead of popping into CVS and picking up, banana boat or copper tone.
So now you know. This is actually a serious problem that needs to be handled immediately. Luckily, there's a way we can fix this.
So one way we can actually fix this problem is by getting people to use naturally, organically based sunscreen. This means that it's reef-friendly, which will stop the bleaching and the infertility of fish. The only problem with this is that since all the ingredients are organic and locally found, then it's more expensive.
So the second option that we have would be all-out ban of any ingredients that might be harmful to these reefs. Although it would be a little hard to get past Congress, take a lot of time and money, but it's ultimately the final solution that we have to ending this problem. One last reason that this might be difficult is that if we get this actually passed and all these ingredients are banned, these main companies that have all these bad chemicals would have to either adjust immediately to keep their sales up, but if they fall, all these organic companies wouldn't have enough supply to keep with the demand.
The third strategy is to enforce stricter labeling regulations on sunscreen companies. Although this doesn't completely eliminate the problem, it does put the responsibility on the consumer to pick sunscreens that help the planet instead of hurt it. And it allows organic sunscreen companies to get larger market share by telling the consumers and educating the consumers.